In the gripping episodes Join the Club and Mayhem of The Sopranos, viewers witnessed a fascinating departure from the familiar Tony Soprano. James Gandolfini delivered a nuanced performance as Kevin Finnerty, a seemingly ordinary man leading a mundane existence. Kevin is an alter ego who exists in Tony's coma dream. He represents the critical juncture Tony faces between life and death. Much like the Sopranos paradox, it is perched perfectly between comedy and thought-provoking surrealism. The introduction of Kevin Finnerty drew on the incredible writing that elevated The Sopranos as a mob drama, and the insight into Tony's psychology is part of what made the show change television forever, especially his interactions with The Sopranos' dead. The scenes in the sequences range from bizarrely comedic to profound, from the pun on Kevin's name to cousin Tony symbolically offering to take his problems and suffering away from him. The episodes are a major event in the lead-up to the iconic finale of The Sopranos. James Gandolfini played a different Tony Soprano in Join the Club and Mayhem. Kevin Finnerty is Tony's coma dream alter ego. In the episodes Join the Club and Mayhem, James Gandolfini plays Kevin Finnerty, a version of Tony who had a regular job. He is Tony Soprano's alter ego who exists in his coma dreams. His name is a clever wordplay on infinity, emphasizing that Tony is at a major crossroads between life and death. These coma scenes are an example of what makes The Sopranos great. Like the dream sequences in the series, they deeply explore Tony's unconscious, his sense of identity, and his reflection on his choices. Kevin carries a lot of clever references to other pivotal episodes of The Sopranos. For example, Kevin's ID has Arizona in the address, which is where Pussy says he wants to retire after his Sopranos FBI informant assignment is over. Kevin's missing briefcase with his whole life in it and the bizarre rule of no briefcases allowed in the implied afterlife is reminiscent of other significant briefcases in The Sopranos, like Vito's case with the family photo in, and the lingering shot of the briefcase Adriana fantasizes about when trapped in Silvio's car in one of The Sopranos' greatest betrayals. Gandolfini's alternate Tony Soprano was subtly different from his usual performance. The mistaken identity plot allows for key differences. Kevin Finnerty is Tony Soprano's alter ego, but there are key differences. Firstly, Kevin's photo on his ID looks similar to Tony's, but not the same. Between that and the signature, he thinks he has picked up somebody else's wallet. Kevin's voice is also different from Tony's and more similar to James Gandolfini's natural voice. Viewers become so used to hearing Tony's New Jersey accent that it is particularly jarring to hear Gandolfini speak without it, and it contributes to the slightly off feeling about the coma sequences. However, it is not only surface characteristics that are different. Whereas Tony's anxiety is for himself and his overwhelming sense of emptiness and dread, Kevin Finnerty, as shown in his conversation with the monks who want to sue him, worries about how his actions affect others. The way he interacts with his family is also different. This represents, contrastingly, Tony's historic lack of responsibility for his own life. Kevin is also living what Tony considers to be a normal, civilian life, even if he is struggling in his own ways. The big dream sequence is one of David Chase's favorite Tony Soprano moments. The episode is a key turning point in the run-up to the finale. To call the coma sequences merely a dream would be reductive. They have much more gravitas than that, and are clearly an out-of-body experience. However, the dream logic at play within the coma dream is reminiscent of David Chase's other explorations of the unconscious in the show. Join the Club and Mayhem are two of Chase's favorite The Sopranos episodes because they give more depth to Tony. The mistaken identity plot is a clear reflection of Tony's identity crisis he had been having since the pilot. Although rooted in the world of organized crime, The Sopranos distinguishes itself by its profound psychological exploration of its characters. Episodes like Join the Club and Mayhem demonstrate the series' willingness to venture beyond typical crime narratives, delving into the complex motivations and inner turmoil that drive individuals within the mafia. David Chase masterfully positions the audience to see the world through their eyes, offering a unique and nuanced perspective.